episode, everyone. It's been a while. So, thank you all for tuning in. This is Carnaby Street Case Files, episode 1 of season 2. You all actually survived to the second season. Well done. Although just, we'll see how long that lasts. Before we jump into the session, just a couple bits of admin and stuff. So, thank you all for watching. We have some amazing sponsors who we'd like to shout out before we get going. We have Session Zero Clothing, which is headed by Ryan, which is an amazing D&D inspired clothing line, and they have given us an amazing discount code, which is TIO10, for 10% off on the website. Go check them out. We have Norse Foundry, artists and dice makers, really nice dice. We may have some. A lot of us do. But yes, they again have given us a very nice discount code of TIO15, which gets you 15% off on the website, everything. We have .dm, our illustrious Ray, who is not with us tonight, but we are missing. But yes, Roman Player Gear have given us Carnaby Street 20. Is that right, Bree?
It's Carnaby 20 at checkout for 20% off.
Yes, for 20% off their website. And we have a new sponsor moving forward on the initiative order. Mithril Armory are a new sponsor of ours who we are very proud to have on board. And rather than discount codes, we have some giveaway items. So we have such things as the sketch dice, which are a blank set of polyhedral dice with paint pens, so you can make your own custom dice, be that you want to make your own crazy designs for them, or you want to utilise them for different things. As a DM, I've definitely used them for DM decisions, so I have one that has all the players' names on, so if a monster's attacking, I roll that and see who it kills, or attacks. Other stuff for like directional things, areas to hit on the body, you can do all sorts of cool things with them. Really cool, really nice. Enjoy them. And then they have the tin 20s, which is literally a little credit card size, about that size, foldable tin D20. They're really nice. You get to pop it out, fold it all together, clip it all in, and they roll really well, really nice.
They do.
Yes, they're good. But yes, so stick around for the break because we will be giving away either the sketch dice or a set of 2 tin 20s. Details will happen at break. So yeah, keep an eye out. I'll go through all that at the break. Yes, we're very glad to have them on board as a sponsor. And yeah.
Perfect. And Danny, sorry to interrupt. Could you turn your mic up just a little bit? Your volume's a little low. Yes.
So should be a bit better for everyone, I hope. Yeah? Cool. Okay. Hopefully you all heard. Another thing you all may notice whilst we're getting underway is we've upgraded our overlay a little bit. It's a little bit more snazzy. We have some character art now that we've teased on Instagram. And before we get into things, I think everyone, you guys are all ready to jump in, aren't you? You all remember everything that happened previously.
Sorry, Danny, they're saying louder.
Louder? Oh,
Yes.
Is that any better? I'm moving closer to my face.
I don't know. We'll see how chat.
It's been a while, guys.
How chat feels about it.
You are wicked quiet.
You sound good, like on Zoom. I don't know about on the screen. That's the
Yeah.
setting. You sound good here. Like we can hear you well here.
Extremely low. It does seem a little bit low. I'll just shout for a while and see if it hits.
There we go. You sound. I think you sound better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might
Come
also
louder,
want to fix your volume with Roll20 if that's what you're playing with the music.
Ooh.
That might also be affecting you.
Oh, you're right.
Let's just close that. Just get rid of it. It's easier. There we go. Hopefully it gets better.
So
If I
much
have to
better.
Shout, I will shout.
That does sound better.
Wonderful.
What saith chat?
Again, it's been. I mean, it was 2020 when we last played, so you know things were bad. But yes, if that's better, before we jump in, another thing we have worked on, as we've been working hard to make things better for everyone, we have an intro.
Ooh.
So, to set the mood, bring everyone in, we will play our intro and then jump into the session. I hope you all enjoyed that. As a little taste of things to come. So, hopefully my audio is a little bit better. If not, bear with us and we will try and correct things later. But yes, so to bring everyone into the game and to do a little recap on where we left things before we ended season 1. So, you are Carnaby Street. You are a group of misfit, mismatched individuals brought together through shared experiences within the Cthulhu mythos within London. You have investigated what appear to be haunted houses and found mythos rituals taking place, conjuring up spirits of lost loved ones, or not, as the case may have been. You have infiltrated cults, or a specific cult, as it were, in the hunt for missing artifacts from the Egyptian expeditions. You have encountered creatures of a transplanar existence. You have killed a puppy. You have, yes, Edward, we're looking at you with a book. You have drugged people. You have gone on many wild tangents. You have gained some allies along the way. One of those being Rubi, who is now a fully fledged member of Carnaby Street, as well as being from British intelligence. You have stolen cars, or had cars stolen. You have
Important distinction.
You have infiltrated drug dens and cult meetings. You have done a many wild thing leading up to this point. But we are at this point. So, recapping the last episode, because there were some key and poignant things that happened. You had all taken some time to relax after encountering occult rituals in which a creature was summoned and Edward was injured, Ruby was injured, and you had a little bit of time to heal, recover, and then you all met up at the Carnaby Street office where you decided what to do for the day. The ladies decided to sit back and drink, while the gents, Alan and Edward, went out for a little walk and an idea to go gambling, and took the car with them. They went, they lost the car in the gambling match very quickly and ran. The ladies uncovered this information through the use of truth serum, which was, you know, consensually administered, and decided that, you know, with a little bit of Dutch courage from a few drinks, they'd get the car back. In doing so, you went to an opium den, burst your way inside, noticing that Dawson Mills was undercover as a doorman at this establishment. Found the person in question who they had lost the car to with his henchmen, and decided to try and gamble to get the car back. It ended up with someone getting their head blown off and 2 bodyguards also getting killed. And then you left, recovering the car and going back to the office. But upon return to the office, you received a letter from British intelligence detailing some information about Rupert, who was a cult member who you had previously encountered, who you had managed to capture at the music hall during your situations there with the cult meeting. He was taken to an insane asylum where he was questioned and items were taken from him. Rupert had escaped by killing some guards and scrawling in blood on a wall, Carnaby Street. A little foreshadowing of his plans, potentially. But one thing that was taken with him, that he took with him, should I say, was a vial of an experimental serum. Now, the only information you gained on this is that when Rupert and another cultist were captured, that they had a small vial around their own necks containing blood, or what appeared to be blood, but from an unknown origin. This was being experimented on in the asylum to gain some sort of information and knowledge of what it is and what its potential was. This was stolen by Rupert. And you guys, after reading this letter, took a moment to think back to the opium den where you had killed these gamblers and thugs, and realised the barman never reacted during this situation. He just stood there with a wide grin on his face during all this carnage and chaos. And he dished out drinks to you. You were in a you know, there was a bar, you had drinks. Eliza didn't drink hers. She did the old over-the-shoulder job. But Dot, Edith and Ruby, some of you did drink the drink, some of you just held it in your mouths. This drink given to you by Rupert, who you now realise was the barman at the establishment. So you take a moment to kind of digest this information, and Dot, Ruby and Edith, you get that kind of growling feel in your stomach, and you start to feel a little bit uncomfortable, but it's not unbearable. It's unpleasant, it's unexpected, but it seems to have all happened simultaneously. In the fact that you all are stood here in the office and your stomachs are growling and you're all looking uncomfortable, Alan puts 2 and 2 together, gets 4, and you see that little spark pop in his eye, and he rushes over to his desk, pulls out a set of tools, a couple of glass vials and some syringes, runs over to each of you and immediately starts like unbuttoning your sleeves and pulling your arms up. He's like, look, I need to take samples. I need to make sure you guys are okay. I don't know what's going on here, but if he was there with what they say he had, then you guys might be infected with something. So I'm going to look into this. And he starts to take blood samples from the 3 of you. And a couple of minutes pass, and he gets a sample from a good size vial sample of blood from each of you. And he's like, right, I'm gonna go to the lab at Morpheus. I'm gonna look into this. I'll see you guys later. And he kind of grabs it, bundles his stuff together in his little pack, and darts out the door with a little wave as he leaves. Now, this was the morning. the day passes. You guys are relaxing or attempting to relax at Carnaby, unaware of what Alan's up to, and Edward and Eliza, you guys feel fine. You guys have no symptoms, no nothing. You're just going about your work, kind of decompressing and tidying up the office, considering you've not been here for a while. Edward, obviously, because you've been injured, having broken your hip previously, and now walking with a cane. So you're just kind of pottering around the office for the morning while Dot, Edith and Rubi aren't really feeling up to much, not feeling 100%. Day passes into the afternoon and you all decide to call it a day. There's nothing going on at the minute. You've not really got a situation to do any research, as British intelligence is currently still handling a lot of the information you've already gathered. So you head home and decide, you'll meet up again when the time's right, when things are ready. And Edward, you head home. You spend the next few days back at the museum, restoring some artwork, doing the day job that pays the bills that you've not been doing for a while, and trying your hand at your own pieces of art, working on the portrait you're doing of Princess, the corgi puppy that had a fatal end, shall we say. Eliza, you use this time and the recent activities as inspiration for your next novel, delving into a long overdue writing session. You get yourself set up with a nice decanter of a special drink you enjoy, and you just sit down and start writing. Edith, Dot and Rubi. How do we put this? Your next few days are filled with some restless nights and strange dreams. We'll start with Dot. You spend your first 2 nights being sick quite a lot, feeling very unwell, struggling to sleep, have hot sweats, constantly feeling uncomfortable. On the 3rd night, your dreams go from the usual images of family and friends and fun, drinking in cocktail bars with Eliza and Edith, taking photos of beautiful landscapes. The images go dark and your mind starts to be thrown into turmoil. You see vivid colours of purple, teal and dark blues, greens and blacks. You feel a sense of claustrophobia as these colours start to swirl around you. Then as you feel them tighten in on you, they fade. You begin to see your room come into focus. It's night time, you'll lay in bed. But you can't move. You seem fixed in place. Just lay on your bed, staring at the ceiling. You can't move your eyes, you can't blink. You're just focused on this one spot on the ceiling. And then, trying to use your peripheral vision to look around, you see a shadow move as it darts across the side of the room. You can't focus on it, but you can sense it moving around in your bedroom. You try to focus on it, but your body is unwilling to move and just holds you there. And then suddenly, you feel pressure on your legs. And the shadow's there, looming over you. You try and look at it, but your eyes won't move. They won't blink. They feel dry. You can feel how dry your eyes are and how being able to focus is severe and painful. You see a glint of a shine in your peripherals, right where this shadow is. You just see this little flash of a shine of metallic silver. And then you feel pain. Pain beyond anything you've felt before. Your stomach is burning as if it's on fire. You hear the tearing of flesh and the feel of your body being pulled even though you're not moving and your body doesn't move, you feel a pulling coming from you. Suddenly, your eyes loosen and you're able to blink and re-moisturize your eyes, and you're able to look down. You still can't move your body or your head, but you can move your eyes. And you look down and see that the shadow is pulling your intestines out of your body. Through a large gash it's opened up across your stomach. Blood is pouring out of you and flooding your bed red. You lie there while this shadow does this, and you wonder how long you can survive this onslaught. An hour passes as this shadow is slowly removing your internal organs one by one as you watch. The pain is real, you feel every second of it. In your mind, you beg for this to stop. You cannot speak, you cannot create sound, all you can do is watch. Then suddenly, the shadow stops, drops the blade to the floor, and holds your heart up in its claw. It hasn't been detached yet from your body. You still see the veins and arteries off it, and you can see it just beating in its hand. And then the shadow turns its gaze to meet yours, and you can see and feel this large curved smile form on this blank shadowed face. And you can feel its grasp on your heart as it's beating, and then it squeezes slowly and painfully until your heart stops. You wake up suddenly, turn, and immediately vomit all over the floor. It's daylight is just breaking outside. You are sweating from head to toe, but the nightmare is over. It's morning. It's just a dream. Ruby, you too have a couple restless nights, some interrupted sleep. But as you drift off into slumber, you feel yourself walking. Your eyes adjust, and you're walking in a field. It's night time. The moon is glowing, giving you a very nice dull kind of purpley blue haze over everything, and you're walking towards a wood. You feel tranquil as you approach. Everything seems calm, seems peaceful. And you enter the wood. The air is cool, and there's a beautiful gentle breeze. As you walk along deeper into this wood, you see the light fading as the trees and shrubbery around you becomes more dense. The breeze leaves your touch and the air drops to a chill in the stillness. Your feeling of tranquility shifts to a sense of foreboding as you pick up your pace, walking through this wood, deeper into it. The only company you have is the sound of the broken branches and shrubs under your feet as you make your way through. And then a branch snaps loudly in the distance behind you. You keep walking. And then another one snaps. And the panic begins to build up inside you in your blood. And you start to move faster through the trees, almost running. You continue on, and another branch snaps, this time closer behind you. You don't look back, you just keep going. Snap. A branch to the left of you. Snap. A branch to the right. Snap. Another one behind you. You feel like you're being chased. You run frantically through the wood, trying to dodge by trees, never looking back. A twig scratches your cheek as you pass close to a thick tree trunk, and you feel the sting and the wet of blood as it kind of slides down your face as you run. You climb over a fallen tree in your path, and you steal a look behind you in your panic as you kind of fumble over it. And all you see is shadow. The sense of something or things coming is all that drives you in your pace. You run on and suddenly emerge out of the wood in a burst and find yourself stood at the edge of a cliff overlooking a vast expanse of water. Waves are crashing at the base some distance down. You feel the salty sea air caress your face and sting at the cut on your cheek. The breaking and crashing of branches continues in the wood, coming closer to you, to the edge. You can see the top of the canopy sway as a movement of something large coming through. You back up to the edge of the cliff, nervous and aware of the deadly drop behind you, but aware of the oncoming of something large. A final snap of branches and the canopy stops to sway. Nothing has emerged from the woods, but waits just on the inside. You hesitate with what to do. Is this even real? It's only a dream. Just need to wake up. You pinch at your arm frantically, thinking, "No, that's what my mother told me. Just pinch my arm and I'll wake up." But nothing happens. You're just stood there in a standoff with what lurks in the woods. You keep pinching and your arm's starting to hurt, but you're not waking up. Then you hear a growling sound in the wood begin and rapidly increase to a roar, and then clap. A burst of energy comes out of the tree line as something leaps out. You close your eyes and just feel yourself falling, the wind brushing your skin as you descend. Then you keep falling, anticipating when this ends. And then you wake up in your room, panting. You wipe your brow as you're again sweating in bed and your face, and then you see blood on your hand. And then you feel the pain on your cheek as you have a cut across your cheek. Maybe you scratched yourself in your sleep. Maybe it was a tree branch. Who knows? But this morning, you're awake. Thank God. Edith. You've had a few restless nights as well, following your recent endeavours. But you go to bed this evening and you feel fine. You know, you've had a relaxing day at home, not doing much really, just pottering around the house, taking some time. And you get a great night's sleep with no issues. You have pleasant dreams about your friends, family, going out for drinks. And you wake up in the morning, nice and early, bright, feeling very refreshed. Get yourself ready for the day ahead and think, oh, you know what? I wonder what's happening at Carnaby Street. I'll head out and see if anyone's back at the office. Once you're ready, you put on your coat and you head out for a walk to Carnaby, as it's not too far away. It's early morning, so the street is quiet. You don't really see anyone around. And then you turn the corner onto the main road on your route. You see a mass of people stood in front of you on the street, just filling the street, a crowd almost, more than a crowd. And they're all stood there, motionless, all faced down the street away from you. What the hell's going on? So you approach and walk up to this mass of unmoving people. And you reach a man stood at the back. You see he's got a tweed suit on, he's just kind of stood facing away. And you tap him on the shoulder, just to see, you know, hey, what's going on? Doesn't respond. So you step round him to kind of look him in the face, like, hey, what's happening? Why is everyone stood here? And you see nothing. This person has no face, has no features, nothing. It's just blank. And you glance around at the other people stood here, and everyone is faceless and featureless. Just appear to be stood in some sort of trance facing forward. You You try to speak to them, like, hey, what's going on? And no sound, no voice escapes your lungs. You try to scream. It does nothing. No one seems to notice your presence or hear anything. They just stand there. You begin to run down the street in the direction this mass is facing, bumping into people as you work your way down, trying to get someone's attention. No one reacts. No one even flinches as you bump past. Everyone is faceless and featureless. After a few minutes of running, you stop out of breath next to a big shop on the side, a big department store, a big glass window, and you just kind of stop there next to it, catching your breath for a moment. And then out of the peripheral vision, you notice movement. And you spin your head round, and you look into the shop window, and you see the reflection of the street. And everyone's walking, everyone's going about their business. They all seem fine, have faces, normal people walking up and down the street, talking to each other, going about a normal day. And you turn round, and you just see, motionless, a void of faceless bodies stood in silence. But the reflection shows different. You turn back and bang on the glass with your palm, seeing if anyone in the reflection notices. But no one does. They just continue on with their day. You try to scream, but still no sound comes out. And lost for what to do, you begin to punch the glass, trying to break it. But you're unable to. Your knuckles begin to get sore. And then suddenly in the reflection you see a small boy walks along the mirrored street and stops in front of the window, looking in or looking out, unaware that you're there on the other side, banging in front of him. You try to shout and get his attention as he kind of stares blankly through the glass, and you feel hope slipping away, as if you're never going to get anyone's attention, never going to understand what's going on. And then the boy looks you directly in the eye. You feel the contact, and in fact there's recognition that you're there. And then you slowly see a demonic little smile creep on the face of this little boy. You silently scream, closing your eyes, collapsing to the floor. And then you wake up screaming, sat in the chair in your sitting room, fully dressed, coat on, ready to leave the house. What the hell just happened? But it's early morning, and you're awake. It's a new day.
Oh.
Hopefully tonight's dreams are not as eventful. So, everyone, some of you have had restless nights and strange dreams. Some of you have had a pleasant couple of days off. You all make contact and agree that it's probably about time to meet up, head into the office at Carnaby Street and see where things lie and discuss what may have transpired or not transpired. So, you all head, make your own way to Carnaby Street. You get there. Edward, you're the first in, even though you're now the slowest, having to walk with your cane. But you're the first one there, and you make your way inside the office, get the lights on, get the kettle boiling, and then one by one everyone kind of files in afterwards. After a few minutes of just saying hello and Edward making a round of drinks, what do you guys want to do or discuss?
As Edith enters Carnaby, she'll just kind of look at all of her fellow friends and make sure they have a face. She won't say anything, but she'll kind of just come in and she'll grab Ruby by the arm and just kind of peek around and look at her face, and then just kind of go across through everybody. She won't say anything.
You all right?
Sorry?
Are you all right?
Yes. You guys all have faces. Thank goodness.
Yes.
It's been an odd couple days. Just been having these really wild dreams. I don't really quite understand them.
So you've
About faces.
You've been having wild dreams too?
Yeah. You too?
Yeah.
Make
About-
that 3.
You too? About the faces? The people on the streets with no faces?
No?
No, not that one.
I've just been having my usual, erotic dreams about Laurence Olivier.
Well, that's exciting for you, Eliza.
Mhm.
I'm very happy that you have erotic dreams, but it would be much nicer if I had him following me in the woods rather than this monstrosity that I have no idea what's following me.
Oh, goodness. That sounds terrible.
Yes, it's a lot more lively than I thought, and I like revealed like the scratch mark on my face.
Do we all see a scratch mark on her face?
You do. You see a nice little, like, very thin slice across the face.
I'll go and take a look at it. Can I roll for something?
Yeah.
To see if
you
it would
can
be her
make
own?
Either do me a first aid or a medicine.
Perfect. My first aid is really great. Yes, okay. The pass?
Okay, yeah, you look and you see it appears to be a scratch. Just a long scratch. Not too deep, very superficial, but a scratch could be something a fingernail's done, could be something a tree branch has done, could be anything, just a long scratch.
So I wouldn't know what kind of scratch it would be.
No.
I'll kind of just kind of brush Ruby's cheek a little bit with my finger, kind of inspecting it. It looks like it's just possibly a scratch from your fingernail.
Great. Okay, great. Stop touching it. It hurts.
Sorry. I totally get what you mean by the dreams being very lively. I thought that I wasn't in a dream and I was just walking on the street, but it turned out I was, I guess. Dot?
Oh, run-of-the-mill stuff. Sleep paralysis followed by your organs being taken out of you. It was great.
It didn't sound very great.
No, it felt really painful. As weird as that sounds. Oh, I'm sorry, what was that, Ruby?
I said it doesn't sound very normal either.
No, I'm coping strangely right now. I'm sorry. I'm a couple of restless nights, so.
And I'm sorry, did you say it felt painful?
Yeah.
Normally you don't feel dreams, at least in my experience.
It quite literally felt like I had pressure all over my body and I couldn't move, and then like stabbing in my stomach, and like I could feel my organs being taken out of me. It was like this creepy figure with this like big smile across its face, and that's really all I could make out of it.
Okay, so I'm trying to piece everything together, because the last time I had such a crazy dream was when we had met with it was with August, when August was here, and we met with all of the cultists and stuff. I don't know if anyone else had crazy dreams during that point. But is there some sort of common denominator that all of us have that would potentially have induced such dreams? I mean, we all went to the opium den and had fun.
Right. Did you take any opium?
No. I was doing gambling, remember?
Well, I do, but, I was so caught up in the moment. How could I keep track of everyone?
We all had the drinks, but Eliza, you said that you didn't have any dreams. Edward, what about you?
Also, I didn't have any drinks.
Edward?
No, I mean, you guys made me wait outside, remember?
All right. Forgot about that.
Listen, you have to keep your mind straight when you're gambling. Oftentimes,
Right.
people expect you to get drunk, and that's when they take all your money. So, when we were gambling, every time I was offered a drink, I'd throw it over my shoulder.
Oh, very smart move.
I'm pretty good at holding down my liquor, so I didn't necessarily think I needed to do that.
I'm just not coordinated enough to do that.
Well, sometimes it's not just the liquor, because we were in an opium den. Who knows what they could have put in there?
I'm sorry, Keeper, at this point you said we've realized that Dawson was the bartender, right?
No, Dawson wasn't the bartender. Dawson was...
Or not a Dawson, Rupert.
Rupert.
Yeah, you'd
We've realized that he was
before
the...
You went home and Edith and Ruby had these dreams.
Right, and Alan.
Oh,
Alan,
right.
he was supposed to be looking into something, wasn't he?
Yes. He took blood samples from us.
Right.
Oh, I felt...
No one's heard from him since.
No.
Oh.
Well, that's strange.
And then you hear a knock at the door. And it does startle you as you're all kind of contemplating your night. And in walks in Dawson. Little Dawson Mills, the paper boy / 35-year-old man. With a cigarette in his mouth, a flat cap on. He walks in, he's like, "You alright, everyone? How's things going?"
Define all right.
Well, I mean, it was a crazy day at the opium den. Since that, you're all good, yeah? Not seen you for a while. Ruby? Hey, Ruby. Hey.
Austin, you just gave me a fright.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. I'm very sorry. Would you like a cigarette?
No, wait, can you get me a glass of wine, please?
What's his watch? Early, but fair, alright.
There's no judgment here. Also, the bar cart's right over there, please.
On my way. And you see him pop down an envelope and what appears to be a small package on the table, and heads over to the bar cart and pours a wine for Ruby, and he pours a small brandy for himself that he tries to hide while he does it, and he's like, puts the wine bottle down, and he goes like,
We can see you.
excuse me, excuse me, Gotta tip
Austin,
your
if
way
you
back.
just wanted a drink, you could have just asked.
Well,
Honestly, where would our manners be if we didn't offer you a drink?
All right, you got me. Well, I've had it now anyway, so we're good. And
Dawson,
he hands Ruby the wine.
have you been all right these past few days?
Define all right.
Well, is there anything out of the usual that you've experienced?
I mean,
Out of the ordinary?
I was working undercover. You ladies showed up. You blew a guy's head off in an opium den.
Right.
Killed two other people and then left. I mean,
Yes.
apart from that, everything's been peachy.
I mean, personally.
I mean, well, if you want to talk personal, Ruby.
Oh my.
Right, about that, have you been having any strange dreams? Ones without me in them.
Oh no, they've all got you in.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Looking for a full report on those dreams. Because we've all been having some very strange dreams, and I was just curious if there's anything out of the ordinary that perhaps you may have seen.
I mean, not that I know of. Not that I can think of now. I mean, my dreams have been very nice. But I've not noticed anything. I've not heard anything of note since the opium den.
Just out of curiosity, is the bartender Rupert, is it?
Well, that's why I'm here. And he walks over to the table, put the package and the envelope down. He's like, I've got some information to give you from work. And then Alan dropped this off at the police station for you. I don't know if you want that.
Oh,
Edith will go over and take it.
And he hands you a small package wrapped in brown paper. And then
Um,
hands the
I'm-
letter to Ruby.
Yeah.
So which do you want to open first?
I'll open my package first.
Okay. So you open the package, and it is a small box inside, and inside is a small cylinder with lots of lines on it. And you recognise this? It's an Edison tube. It's an audio recording cylinder from Alan. And you have a player in the office, as Alan being one who likes to dictate his notes, uses it as much as often. And do you want to play it?
Yes.
Okay, so I hope this works, everyone. Technology, old and new. So you put it on the player, charge the handle, I don't know how these things work, and press play.
Is it on? Damn it. Okay. Let me try. Okay, I hope it's on. Hey everyone. I hope you're all sitting down for this. I ran the samples of Rubi at the lab, and something's not right. I'm seeing things I found at Harvard at the asylum. I need to get back, get answers, and I know I won't get any being here. But Alan, something is very right. They need my help. If you haven't left the office, my medical bag is in the footlocker. The penicillin is not going to do anything to this. You need to know because your sample is positive as well. I have a tincture of laudanum. Use it if it gets worse. If any of this gets worse. I'm going back to Harvard tonight, and I apologize for not being able to say the goodbyes that I need to all of you. Good luck out there, and I'll see you when I get back. The instruments on the left. Grab the instrument when it comes right.
Anyone who listened to that, make a spot hidden check.
oh my goodness.
Pass.
I got 0.
Very
Critical. Yes.
What did you
Pass
get?
as-
Edward?
Oh, critical success.
Very nice.
Pass.
Very nice. So, listening to the recording, you all hear Alan. You only hear Alan. But you hear Alan talking to himself. And you notice Alan isn't quite right. Alan himself may be struggling with something that is overcoming him. But Alan has his own demons. And you knew this when you first met him. And then Dawson chirps, well, that was fucking weird. Who's he talking to?
Not right now, Dawson.
He's a strange man.
You're a strange man. You look like a child.
Go pour yourself
Oh,
another drink.
I'm sorry.
Okay, everybody, let's calm down here. Dawson, why don't you come with me to my desk and we'll open this letter and figure out what we need to do next.
Okay, I'll just get another drink and then I'll yeah.
Yes, fine, yes.
Ruby's gonna sit down and take a letter opener and open the
Yep.
envelope.
So you open the letter and it is from British intelligence, and it gives you a bit of additional information from the events from a few days ago now at the opium den. It states that Rupert was not apprehended. He has gone back into hiding. They believe he is with the cult of the Knowing Man, which you now know is the name of this organisation. And you are aware that they wear masks with this symbol on. So he's missing. No one knows where he is. The opium den, in which you had the encounter with Rupert and you killed the con men inside, has been shut down by the police now. It no longer exists. Some more information is that Rupert was never the actual barman at the opium den. Dawson himself tells you this. He's like, you know, he showed up literally 5 minutes before you lot got here and just sat at the bar. That's all he did. But then when they were closing down the opium den, the body of the original barman was found with his throat slit tucked underneath the bar. And this must have happened whilst you were all in there, because Rupert was sat at the bar. From Dawson's eyewitness account, it was sat at the bar when you entered. But then suddenly he was the one serving you drinks, and he was the one stood at the bar when you left. Now Dawson himself, you know, admits in the commotion of you guys showing up, and he was a little bit flustered because Ruby was there and he didn't expect to see Ruby. He never noticed anything going over at the bar. He was just focused on the table where you were all sat. So he never spotted the switch because his attention was elsewhere.
Just if something doesn't add up, if we all made random decisions to go to certain places and Rupert happened to show up at this opium den, what was his motive? It makes no sense.
Unless they had planned, because we were there getting our car back, right? Unless that was the plan all along and they were expecting us.
So you think they anticipated Alan going to gamble and losing our car?
Maybe.
Edward, do you remember anyone not a part of the group you were gambling with that may have been following you?
Keeper, did I notice anybody that looked suspicious other than the fine gentleman we were gambling with? Do I remember any of them having any type of symbol showing on them or anybody following me and Alan as we were exiting?
Make me a history check.
Okay.
As you try and think back.
Success.
Thinking back a few days to the events, not that you can remember. You don't remember any symbols. You don't really remember seeing any jewelry on show. The main con man who you lost the car to did have a few rings on, but you don't really remember much.
Just look like your average everyday, whatever you want to call them. I mean, we can always go back to the docks and see if they're down there.
I'm gonna actually start investigating the office for any bugs. Like, just start like looking for things like they have listened for anything. I don't warn anybody. I just start like flipping shit and like moving everything around.
I just hold the bottles up that are on the desks.
Was there anything that we took? This is a few episodes back when we met the occultist. Was there anything that we took back to the office that Ruby would remember?
You took a mask, a set of robes, but that was about it.
Do I find the mask anywhere near?
Yeah, it's
Well,
just on the side in the office.
I grab the mask. All right, I'm not I'm not very good at looking at artifacts and understanding these things, but do you think this would have a bug in it? Like, could they listen to us through a mask? I don't understand a cult. I wish my sister was here. She would understand this a lot better than I would. I sound like I'm crazy. Somebody look at this mask. Has to be something going on in here.
Well, I'm looking at it, but from back here, I don't move any closer to it.
It looks
Edward
like a
will
mask
take
that's
the-
blurry from your perspective.
Yes, I should really wipe these every once in a while, I suppose.
Edward
Is
will
that
take the
better?
mask and kind of just hold it up in front of his face without actually fully putting it on, but just kind of like lining up the eye holes with his own eyes and seeing if...
It's just a mask.
Is anybody particularly attached to this mask?
Nope. We've already sent it to British Intelligence. We sent it to British Intelligence, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Great. We always sent it off to the offices, so do what you need.
Edward will smash it on the ground.
Of course you do. So you throw it on the ground as hard as you can, and it hits the floor, bounces back up, and then lands on the floor. One piece.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm going to grab my heaviest book.
Okay.
Weapon of
And-
choice.
I'm going to line it up and slam my book onto this mask.
Make me a fighting brawl check.
Oh boy. Nope, that is a failure.
Failure. Okay, so you slam the book on it as hard as you can, and you hear a crack, and you lift the book up, and you see that there's a crack across the mask. It appears to be made of wood, carved wood. And you look at the book, and like all the back cover is just shredded on this book, and you've really messed your book up a bit.
I can get
I'm
another one.
sorry,
It's
Edward.
okay. It's okay.
We'll find you another book to smash things with.
Are you done smashing the mask?
Okay, you're the one saying there could be something within the mask. I'm just trying to open it up.
I didn't think you would literally try to open it up.
Do you have any better ideas, Agent?
Well, I'm not sure if it's a better idea, but is an idea. How about trying putting the mask on?
Oh. Go ahead, Edward.
I would love to. So much. I will
if-
pick up the cracked mask. I will fully place it on my face.
Make a
I
sanity
be able-
check.
Would I be able to stop him before he does that?
Um,
Is there a book
Throw a
nearby
book at
that
him.
I can throw? Yeah.
Edith,
Is
make
there
a
a book?
make a straight dexterity check.
Is there a book I can throw at him if there is?
We'll see.
Great. That's a fail.
A fail. You quickly try and grab a book off the side to throw at him, and you kind of lunge towards the books, and your hand just misses it. Edward, you put the mask on. Make a sanity check.
Don't
While
want
this is happening, I'm gonna grab my wine glass from Eliza and just sit there with Eliza drinking.
just a tiniest, the most daintiest of clinks as this is going on.
Edith will look over at Dot and just be like, why does he always have to put his body parts in places that they don't belong?
We have, yeah. I don't think we can fix that.
What did you get, Edward?
a failure.
Okay. Let me just find the table. 1 second.
I did this at Agent Sitwell's request, not by choice, just saying.
You do have a choice, sir, and the choice is to not listen.
She's intimidating as hell. So,
Also true, but
You're not wrong.
very factual. You can still say no, I think.
I mean, I was gonna do it myself, but
You volunteered.
We're already having bad enough dreams, Ruby. I think you can take the fall for this one.
we could join the crowd here.
Okay. So you put the mask on, and it feels like a wooden mask against your face. You look through it, through the eye holes, and you see everyone staring at you. And then you get this voice in the back of your head. They think I'm stupid. I always do these things, and they always laugh at me. Why the hell do I do this? This is like, they're doing this on purpose. They're all out to get me. And for the next hour, you are paranoid as fuck.
Okay.
Well, do you hear anything in it, Edward?
Nothing at all. Why do you ask? You want to see for yourself? Here, put it on.
No, I trust you.
Maybe you should press it to your face closer.
You would like that, wouldn't you?
I'm just suggesting that perhaps you're not wearing it the right way.
Your own face. See what happens.
Oh no, I don't want to mess up my makeup. But thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Edward, you seem a little, what's the word? Snippy.
Snippy, really? Really?
Yes, you should really have like a coffee before you start drinking. That's what I do.
Why do you want me to drink a cup of coffee so badly?
I'll go make you one.
I'm
Hang on
just
one
thinking
second.
you should be properly awake before you start getting drunk.
You think I'm drunk already?
Oh no. I'm just saying the proper order of things.
Why are you trying to start a fight with people?
I'm not trying to start a fight with anybody here. I just don't understand why you're all ganging up on me right now.
You
Edith,
have to. I'll pour Edward a drink and hand it to him.
and Edith will come with a coffee behind and try to give it to him as well.
Yes, drink the coffee first, and then have the shot.
Edward will turn his back to them and just dump them both on the ground really quickly.
Why would you waste such a good cup
Delicious.
of coffee?
Did you think we wouldn't see you do that?
Not gonna lie, kind of.
That's
And that's how we get ants.
And that's also quite a stupid move. Why would you do that?
Look, don't we have better things to focus on right now?
You know
Not
what, Edith? Edith, perhaps he should have had the shot first and then the coffee.
What kind of shot are we talking about? Truth serum again? I still have
Oh,
some.
no.
Oh.
I mean just something to take the edge off because he seems quite edgy.
I mean, Alan did say he left his medical bag here, so there probably is something in there that would help him take the edge off.
Oh, well, if you want to, I would leave that to you because if I start rummaging through a doctor's bag and just randomly inject things into people, I think he might have a bad day.
Or a really good one. It depends.
Or a really good one. We are in the gambling mood, aren't we?
Edith will go and just go and get the bag, that Alan's bag that he had left in the message.
Yeah. So you go over to his bag and have a root through, and you see a few different little vials of medicines that can be injected. You see some powders. You see some stuff in pill form as well. Is there anything particular you're looking for, or are you taking a pot look?
I'll in particular look for that tinker that he said that he left in the message as well.
Laudanum was what it was called.
Laudanum?
Yes. You look through and you find it.
Okay. She'll just put that in her pocket.
No problem.
Okay. And then, sorry, you said powder?
The laudanum is a liquid. It's a small.
No, he's...
Oh, there are some powders in there as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything that I would recognize, just being a nurse as well, looking at that stuff.
There are a few forms of painkillers.
Okay.
There are some hallucinogenics. There's some anti-anxiety stuff.
Okay.
And then there's some you don't know what they are. They're just white powder.
Okay. I mean, I kind of have an idea. The anti-anxiety in particular, in syringe form, liquid form, pill form.
The laudanum would help.
I don't want to use that yet.
Okay. There is nothing in liquid form, but you know some of the powders can be dissolved. So you could dissolve some powder into a drink, and that might help.
Edith will think really long and hard about it. I'm not going to do anything yet. He just dumped really good coffee on the floor. I'm still offended.
So just out of curiosity, who is
Perfectly good scotch.
Who's going to clean up the floor now?
Is Dawson still here?
Dawson's literally just stood like, at the back of you all like that with a drink going.
Well, to be honest with you, that was perfectly good carpet, and somebody's probably going to have to clean that up. Wouldn't want British intelligence spending extra money now, do we?
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm actually talking to Edward here, who was the one who dumped the food. Or drink, sorry. Drink.
Oh.
Drink. Edward, did you want to clean that up or no?
Why do you want me to clean it up so badly? You just really want me to? Why are you asking me to turn my back on you? What's going on?
I'm asking you to clean up the mess that you created.
The carpet will soak it up. It'll be fine.
That's disgusting. That's gonna cause ants, just like Eliza said.
Fine. Hey, Dawson, could you reach in that cabinet behind you and just get me some rags out of there, please?
Yeah.
And Edward's just keeping his eyes on everybody right now.
Dawson starts rummaging in a cabinet, and the rags are on a shelf, slightly too high for him, so he has to do a little bit of a jump. Grabs a rag and he goes, "Here you go," and kind of throws it over to you.
Edward will just kind of lazily drop the rag on top of the coffee stain and just kind of step on it.
Taught you how to clean a floor, Edward.
Mm-hmm. Self-taught.
How? Couldn't tell.
All right, well, Dawson, what information? Do you remember any information we got from this mask from the headquarters?
Ooh. Let me have a think. The only. To be fair, I was drunk that day, but if I remember right, it's made of wood. It's painted on top of the wood.
Well, you're just no use at all, are you?
It's It's the wood's not from here. You can't get this. The wood that the trees that the wood comes from isn't from here.
Oh.
You said it's from up north.
No, I don't mean London. I mean England. It's not from our United Kingdom. It's from somewhere else. I don't remember.
Can we find out where it's from?
Well, you've got the notes, haven't you? They were sent here. You probably read them.
Right. I think I read them.
As a woman of high society, would I be able to recognize a very unique, expensive, foreign piece of wood? Would I be able to recognize it?
Make me an appraisal roll. See if you can recognize.
Oh dear.
There we go.
Oh. That's not going to help me out. Let me see if I'm successful in this. I am not.
You grab the mask and you have a look and you go, Yes, it's wood.
Hmm. Well, because it's painted and such, it's very hard to discern the fine qualities of such refineries. So I normally would be able to, however, in this particular circumstance, because it has been so tarnished by whatever paint is on there, I cannot tell what it is.
I appreciate your astute look at this, Eliza.
Oh, of course, anytime.
Anybody else have any other good ideas about what this mask is?
The symbol on it's been weird. I haven't been able to find anything matching it in our notes from before.
Is it possible that we could take a trip to the library, or at least somebody could, while I rummage through the notes that the headquarters had sent over?
That's true. I can manage to go over to the library if someone wants to join me, or not. It's fine.
I don't think I can carry my drink with me to the library, so I'm going to stay here and read the notes.
I'll go with you, Doc.
Oh, thank you, Edith. So while we're out, does anyone need anything? Edward, are you okay?
Yeah. Yes, Edward, do you need anything?
I don't need a damn thing. I can get myself whatever I need. I'm fine. Thank you, ladies, so much.
Breath of fresh air, Edward.
Perhaps you would like to accompany them.
Actually, do you know what? The museum is also in that direction. I can go and take a look and see if they have anything from Egypt that might have those symbols on it.
Quite helpful, Edward.
What I do.
Before leaving with Dot, Edith will take a book, place it in our bag. Doesn't matter what kind of book, just a book. A little bit hefty, not too hefty. She'll kind of pull some out of the bookshelf and kind of just weigh them in her hand.
I was like,
Not looking for context.
Edward, it's been quite some time since I've been to a gallery, so I would love to accompany you, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind? We're just
Why
all...
would you mind?
I wouldn't mind. Why would I mind?
You wouldn't? Why would you mind?
You're right.
Right. Right then.
Then
I'll pour myself a last drink. And not
Edward
going back before.
Edward will tuck his pistol into his vest. You never know what we're going to find out.
Do I notice him tucking a pistol away?
Do you do it discreetly, Edward?
No, I mean, we've all seen each other carry weapons, so...
Oh, we carry weapons all the time. Do you think we should be armed?
Just in my defense, last time I was at the library, I found how many dead bodies?
Oh, that
assassin?
that is correct. I will also just put like a very dainty little handgun in my purse as we head forward.
So from my understanding, it's Dalt and Edith to the library, Eliza and Edward to the art museum, and that leaves me with Dawson to thumb through British intelligence notes. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think this is all going to take us?
I don't know. About how far away is the library?
It's about a 20-minute walk.
Oh, that's not
We do
bad.
have the
I feel
car,
like
so
Have we got the tires fixed on the car?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
Edward, make me a luck roll. See if you
Oh.
get the tires off.
What is your
Those
luck
are
like?
so fucked.
What did you get?
I got an 83 and my luck is 37.
Oh. Unfortunately, you've not bothered with the car since you brought it back.
Oh.
Dawson, if you have any free time, do you think you could track down some tires for us?
I mean, do you want them discounted or are you paying full price?
The cheaper the better.
honestly.
I got you.
Don't.
In the meantime, can I call a car for us?
Yeah. You can certainly phone for a taxi.
All right. That's what
Okay.
I shall do.
Okay.
Dot will go ahead and get her bag with her and start heading over to the door, looking back at Edith.
You'll see Edith kind of take Alan's bag, take some of the stuff that she doesn't need out of it, put it in his desk, and then just take his bag.
No problem. So, Dot and Edith, are you setting off to the library on foot? And Eliza and Edward are going to take the taxi when it arrives.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So it doesn't take long, like 5 minutes pass and the taxi shows up. Just a simple small town car. Eliza and Edward, you jump in the back and it sets off.
Mhm.
Dot and Edith, you set off on your walk, leaving Ruby and Dawson at Carnaby.
Alone.
Ooh.
And the first thing Dawson says is, "Alone at last." We can't hear you, Ruby.
I said I look down at Dawson and say, really? Really?
I mean, we are.
Right, okay, yes, you just pointed out the obvious. It's great, but let's go ahead and get down to work. We need to look through our notes and find out what is going on with this mask.
Yes. Fine. Okay.
You do realize that I am engaged.
I thought that was all Secret Service people wore rings, cover. Is that real?
Yes.
Oh.
You know, it's very interesting that so many people think that wearing this ring is just a fake thing. No, it's not. I actually do have a fiancé waiting for me at home.
Oh, well. Well, in that case, I mean, I must, hand on heart, just take a moment to apologise.
I appreciate
I didn't know this. I'm an upstanding. I mean, please. I try to be an upstanding gentleman. I would never impose myself beyond my means. And he takes his little hat off his hand. He's a very lucky man.
I appreciate that. He is quite a fine gentleman, although very interestingly enough, is also named Rupert. So it's also very
Oh, unfortunately.
interesting cross.
It's not
moment.
the same one, though, is it?
I don't think so. I
That
hope
would
not.
make
I
things a
don't
lot easier if it was.
We're correct. Yes. No. I appreciate the flattery. But let's try to keep this professional, please.
Of course. Last thing we want is some inappropriate comments going on,
Yes, I've dealt
workplace?
with a former partner who had that issue, and I will not take it lightly yet again.
Well, hey. You won't hear anything from me.
Well, appreciated. But a cheeky comment or a compliment sometimes may be okay, but professional, nonetheless.
Point taken. I will make a note for that.
Thank you, sir. All right, let's get down to business and look through these notes. I hope that we can find something of value.
Yes. Where are they?
That's a good question. I assume they're in a drawer somewhere.
Great. I mean, last time I came in here, this was just a one-room office, but it appears you've had some renovation work, and now there's
Yes,
several...
we've grown quite a bit.
Shit. Well, I'll take that side.
I'll take this side. Perfect.
Okay. And
Perfect team.
Yes. Go team.
Thank you, sir. If you
Okay.
need a refill, you know where the bar's at.
I'm on my way.
Also, can you put the record player on?
Sure. Do you want Alan's message again? I mean, I was
No, not Alan's message again. Just put some... I like a bit of jazz music.
Oh, that. New stuff, yeah. All right. I'll go and put one on. And he goes and puts a jazz record on the vinyl, the record player, and you start to search the Carnaby Street offices for this information that you've misplaced quite clearly. And Dot and Edith, you take a pleasant walk off to the library. Is there anything you want to talk about on the way?
Dot, tell me more about your dreams that you were having.
Oh, well, I mean, the first 2 nights I was at home, I just mainly had trouble staying asleep, where you're just kind of restless, and when you do sleep, you just keep waking up. But last night, I felt like I had woken up and I wasn't able to move. I felt like my whole body was just completely catatonic, and I couldn't even move my eyes. I couldn't blink. But there was like movement in my room, and suddenly a pressure on my legs, and like this stabbing pain in my stomach and in my torso. And it's just the weirdest feeling of like my intestines were being pulled out of me in front of me. Like I could feel every single bit of it. And it was so sorry. It was just really disturbing.
Don't apologize. Back at the office, you said something about something smiling at you?
Yes, the figure. When I was able to eventually kind of change where I was looking, I can't really remember much about like its size or anything. I just remember this really creepy, like very sharply curved smile.
Yeah, my dream was very bizarre too. I couldn't get anybody's attention. Everybody didn't have a face, and I walked through the crowd. I looked into the glass, and I just saw the reflection of a kid who seemed to meet eyes with me, and he had a really sinister smile on his face as well. I'm not sure if that has any connection to anything, but maybe we'll ask Ruby if she saw something, if they're connected, or if there's anything that's similar. It doesn't really sound that our dreams are very similar, but the one thing that seemed to connect was the smile. I wasn't sure if Ruby saw anything like that too.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't remember her mentioning that, but I mean, that scratch, I know you said it could have just been her fingernail, but isn't that really creepy?
Oh, for sure. Although it's kind of hard for me not to see things on a science-based being a nurse, but I do not know that the dreams did feel as real as anything, if it was the same for you.
Yeah. I thought I was living it until I woke up.
Same. Okay. Do you know much further to the library?
We're getting pretty close, I think. Although I know we kind of got off topic pretty quickly there with Edward, but that message that Alan left is that at all normal with him? I mean, you guys work kind of in the same field, so you always spent more time with him than I have.
I've worked with him for a while now. He does have his days, good days, bad days. This one seems worse. Worse than I've ever seen. I'll have to try to see if I can get in contact with him somehow. Just kind of reach out. But I think we'll just gather what we need and maybe just take it back to the office.
It's a good idea. Plus,
okay.
I'm sure Dawson's probably just having the greatest time right now.
Poor Ruby.
I know, right? I feel so bad sometimes. I mean, she's wonderful. I can definitely see, all these men, what they're seeing in her. But I'm sure that must get tiring in a professional environment,
Oh, for sure. And Edith and Dot will just kind of head towards the library, try to collect what they need, and then take it back to the office.
Okay, so you guys continue your walk to the library. Again, it's not going to take you too long, but you make your way. Eliza and Edward, you're in the back of the taxi on your way to the museum. It's only going to be a short journey as you're in the taxi, about 5 minutes. Anything you want to discuss on your way?
Well, I did want to ask. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go for it.
Edward, what makes you so sure that this mask you say is Egyptian at all? Other than the fact that we did have that one professor with that shipment come in.
Right. And it has not been an hour since Edward put on that mask, has it? Keeper?
Say again?
It has not been a full hour since Edward put on that mask, right?
No. No,
Okay.
it hasn't.
So Edward is going to sit completely pressed up against the door, and he is going to roll down the window. Look, I'm just saying we've had a few things come up. I mean, that house that we went into with the bowl of whatever that person was, weren't the pins in the globe in Egypt as well?
Oh,
We had a
oh, I
shipment
suppose you're
from
right.
Egypt.
Right.
Yep.
Well, yes, I do remember that.
Some archaeologist team that went to Egypt. It just seems like everything's pointing towards Egypt. It's just a hunch is all. I could be entirely wrong.
Okay, well, if you do think that it is Egyptian, and we are going back to the museum, do you think it's pre-dynastic, early kingdom, or middle kingdom? You are the art expert.
Yes, I'm the art expert, not necessarily the artifact expert.
Right, but I was just curious to see how old it was. Also, if you think it is very if this is supposed to be such an occult piece of artifact that we have uncovered somehow, and it's somehow doing something strange to you, do you think that it would be on display for everybody to see, or do you think we might find it in some secret hidden archive somewhere? What I'm asking is, can we go snooping around?
Why do you want to go snooping around in non-public spaces alone?
Why wouldn't I?
Why would you?
Why wouldn't I?
I'm just saying, it seems like a good place to take somebody out.
Oh no, it'd be the perfect place to find something that's, hidden. Not for public display.
I might have some connections that could let us see pieces that aren't out yet.
See, I knew it'd be good if you would go to this museum.
But we're bringing them with us. Just
The people?
yes.
Well, why? They'd know what we were doing.
Well, again, I just don't fully understand why you want me alone so badly in a room where there's nobody around and you've got a gun.
Oh, please, Edward. I am not coming on to you, if that's what you're thinking.
Not at all what I was thinking.
All I am saying is that if we're going to find the absolute definition of a cult is that it's something that is hidden. It's not going to be out on display. And so naturally, I thought that it would be something in the archives far away from people's sight. And if we were to be snooping around, why would we want to be accompanied by people who knew what we were doing?
I'm just saying I like there to be witnesses should something happen.
To what? What would possibly happen?
Gee, I wonder. I really do. Driver, are we almost there?
Yes. We're just turning the corner now, Gov.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. I'm just saying.
You look a little flushed.
You call us a cab, and we're busting alone in the back seat. You've got a firearm on you, and you start
So
raising.
do you.
The driver goes, "Excuse me?"
Oh,
Oh, no. It's fine. It's fine. I was only following suit because everywhere that we've gone, somebody has turned up dead somewhere. And even in the library last time, we wound up in the most unusual of sections in the library having to fight off some strange person. I only thought that, if you were to be armed, that I would be armed as well.
Whatever you say. Is the driver still listening on our conversation right now?
You're literally like sat like that far away from him. He's just like that.
Yes, it's almost around the corner right there.
Now, dumb question. Is the driver Rupert?
Make me.
Edward doesn't trust anybody
Make a spot
right
hidden check.
That is... Oh, it's a failure.
You're not sure.
Edward has got his hand on the door handle as we're getting close to the museum. The second the car stops, he's flinging the door open and getting out.
And the car.
Why are you in
pulls up.
such a rush?
The car pulls up outside the museum. Edward, you do the handle as quickly as you can and like commando roll out of the taxi.
And I'm just trying to, in my heels, just like quickly, just
Shit.
click, 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 keeping up with.
Would you mind grabbing my cane for me?
What?
I left it in the taxi.
What did you leave in the taxi?
My cane. Can you please grab it for me?
Oh, for goodness sake. And I will turn around and grab his cane for him. And so I realize as he's commando rolled out, he hasn't gotten far from me.
No, he's just on the floor outside the taxi.
And so as he's waiting, I'll just kind of step, step, step. I'll take the cane from the top part of it, just kind of like tap him on the head a little bit. I'm like, are you okay?
Never better.
Well, get up, dust yourself off. There's no need to rush. It hasn't even opened yet. We're getting right when it's opening.
Yes. It was necessary.
Honestly, this is why I told you, coffee first and then alcohol.
Again, I don't know why you wanted me to drink those things so badly. If I'm thirsty, I can get myself things. It's fine.
Oh, it's doctor's recommendations.
Which doctor?
Oh, any doctor.
No,
It's
no.
modern science.
Which
It is
doctor specifically
1924.
told you?
Modern science. Alcohol, cocaine, coffee. Makes perfect sense. Now up you go. Come on.
All right. Just stand back a little bit and I'll get up. After you?
I'll see if he wants to hook arms with me. Because I'm a lady. You must escort me.
You know, I would love to, but my hip's really acting up. So why don't you just go ahead and lead the way and I'll be right behind you.
Oh, fine. All right, then. I'll straighten up and continue on.
Yeah.
Edward will
Okay,
stay
so-
like 3 steps behind her.
Yeah. So the two of you take the short stroll to the entrance of the museum, and you arrive in a matter of moments. Dot and Edith, you as well arrive at the library, roughly a couple minutes after they've arrived at the museum. Ruby, you and Dawson have been rummaging for the past 15 minutes around the office, and you open the drawer of a filing cabinet at the very bottom and find inside just a mass of paperwork just stuffed in there. Delving your hand into the middle, pulling a piece out, you spot what appears to be some information that you received from the music hall incident. You think this might be the correct source of it, so you'll have to delve deep into this drawer to find it. But you're at the right source now. So, before we move on, with everyone entering the establishments they are at, and Ruby and Dawson finding information, we're going to have a quick break. A short 10-15 minute break. But here's the new thing we are doing now. on our breaks, we have a giveaway. So, we are giving away today 2 sets of the tin 20s. A very cool little metal D20s that you make yourself out of this. They come in a little card like that. And you just pop it out, fold it all together and clip it together, and they are really cool. I had fun making that one, and I'm going to make many more. So, the way this works, we hope, is we have a keyword that goes in chat. You type the word in, you get 1 go. So type the word in once, 1 entry, job done, and we'll pick a winner from that. And for today, the keyword is Carnaby. Super simple, it's what you're watching. So type Carnaby once in chat, and we will pick a winner when we come back from the break. Sounds good with everyone? Yeah, so Carnaby in chat, pick a winner, win a set of tin 20s. Good luck everyone, and we'll see you soon.
I wonder from where in Canada are they from?
We are live.
Ontario area.
Welcome back.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, not Ontario, Toronto. Sorry. Oh.
Welcome back, everyone. We're just having a casual conversation as usual. Thank you for sticking around during our break. Hopefully, my audio is better. Is it better, chat? Are we doing better today?
Eh?
Eh?
Let us know in the chat.
Danny
Yes, you can
Danny
hear
is
me. Oh, thank
part
God. Praise Cthulhu, we are better. And yes, we have a
Yay!
better. Yay! I had
Danny
the,
is part
it was
Canadian,
the
hence
wrong
the
thing.
A.
Eh? Okay, so first things first. Our giveaway for the Mithril Armory Tin 20s, which you can't see because my face is in the way. So very cool. You make them yourself. It is a fun task. So let's pick a winner. And the winner is Pepperina Sparkle Gem. You have won our first on-stream giveaway. So drop us a message in Twitch, the little whisper thing, and we will get your details and get them shipped out to you ASAP. Congratulations. And there will be giveaways now on every stream. So we do 4 streams a month, 4 giveaways a month. Thank you again to Mithril Armory for doing that, taking that on board with us. We are very grateful and very happy. So yes, wonderful. Well done. Now.
And Dave from Mithril Armory is in chat.
Yes.
Woo!
There he is. Anyway, back to Call of Cthulhu. Are we all sitting comfortably?
Oh, you say that in such a way that makes me feel so uncomfortable.
That's the whole point of the spell, isn't it? So, my favourite word. You have all reached your destinations. Ruby and Dawson, you have found the information you were looking for. So, we'll start with Ruby and Dawson. You've looked through. You managed to find the paperwork referring to the music hall incident, and the masks you recovered, and the origins. So roll me, because you're going to roll for this. Roll me a library use.
Yeah. Oh. I definitely failed real hard.
Okay, let's see if Dawson can succeed in your. He can. Dawson's more adept than you.
No, yay.
So you look through the paperwork and you're like, I can't make heads or tails of this. It's just, there's a lot of subtext and weird stuff going on, and you've had a drink or two, and it's just, no. So Dawson has a look. He's like, It's like, interesting. Didn't know that. Have you seen that? And he's starting to brag a little bit here. And she goes, very interesting. From there, interesting. So as you can see, Ruby, the wonderful Ruby, it appears that the mask was analysed by some professionals in masks, I guess, I don't know. And it is made of wood. It is hand carved. The wood is from a rare elm tree, it would appear. Not grown in England, but grown in Eastern Europe. Who'd have thunk it? Anyway, it seems to be hand carved. It's the style and shape of the mask relates to an early Hungarian design shape of mask. The paints used were handmade dyes using a mixture of animal fats and like rock dust and bloods and pigments from leaves and flowers. Again, all this appears to be Eastern European in origin. I mean, I'm just reading what it says on the paper. I don't know this. I don't know any of this. just stand on the street corner. But that's what it says in the book. That's what it says there.
Huh. I wonder if my sister would know anything about this.
Who knows? Hold on a minute. What did you just say?
Said I wonder if my sister knows anything about this.
Oh, you got a sister.
Oh no.
Is she as lovely as you?
She's much more lovelier than I am.
Oh.
But not quite sure she's available.
Oh, well. What a shame. What a shame. I'm sure whoever, happy person. Anyway, enough of that.
Sharp in the occult type settings.
Okay.
Otherwise, perhaps a little more intriguing than I am. Let's put it that way.
Oh, interesting. Intriguing indeed. Yes. Well, maybe that's a good lead for us to look down. But yeah, it says, it's made in Eastern Europe. Who knows? Might be something down there. Down that way to look at.
I just don't understand how it is that the Rupert that was part of the occult have figured out that we were going to the Opium Club.
Maybe he followed you guys? I mean, if Alan and Edward lost the car to Jimmy Fingers, he may have been watching that interaction and then presumed you guys would go there later anyway.
It's quite the presumption.
I mean, hey. What I'd do.
So I would assume that he would have thought that the boys would have shown up. Why would he have known that we were even tied to any of the boys?
I mean, he has seen you all together, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, that's true. He did see us.
Didn't you shoot him in his basement?
I didn't shoot him.
That's not what the report says you did.
I shot him? I shot him? I thought it was somebody else who shot him.
No, that was you.
Ah! I'm glad I have a good
As
shot
the keeper, Rupert's the guy who owned the mill, who you shot in the basement, who was taken away by the Dimensional Shambler, and left the stone tablet in the mask. Same guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I remember this.
Okay. Again, it was 2020, guys. But yes,
Been a while.
anyway. Back in.
All right, well. I think we need to take a trip over to, what does this say again? Hungary?
It's of a Hungarian design, the mask.
Well, then I guess we're going to have to take a trip there soon.
Well, I don't want to go to Hungary.
Why?
I don't do well on boats.
Oh, come on. It can't be that bad.
Nah, I'm good. You know what? I'll stay here and keep things running for you. How's that? I'll keep the office tidy while you're gone. I'll dust the shelves and.
What? Enlighten me. What do you mean that you don't do well on boats?
I don't do the rocking back and forth.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's surprising. With my small stature, my sense of balance isn't the best.
So you get woozy?
A little bit. But I'm hard. I'm a strong man, but
Oh yes, you are very, very strong. In fact, so strong that maybe we should go to Egypt instead together. For work purposes.
What?
Maybe we should go to Egypt.
What? With the sand and the camels and the.
Yes, it's quite abrasive and nice. What's wrong, Dawson? How come you don't want to go to Egypt?
I don't get paid enough for this.
Evidently, none of us get paid enough for this, and yet here we are suffering from all these different problems. So tell me, why don't you want to go to Egypt with me?
You can't. Well, I mean, don't don't play on my affections like that.
Dawson, you're hiding something.
I don't like boats. I don't like sand. I like it overcast, a little bit of rain. I like my street corner. I like my bed. I'm not a well-travelled man, and I don't want to be a well-travelled man.
Why don't you want to be a well-travelled man? What happened to you, Dawson?
Look, it's a long story, you know. I have a past. I don't like to repeat it.
Guess what, Dawson? I have about 3 hours before my colleagues show up, probably even more because they take forever to figure things out. So, I have a lot of time here. Why don't you enlighten me?
Make a persuade roll.
Ah, scheiße. Oh, I succeeded. Just freaking barely. I got an 8.
Shit. Okay. So he's like, I'm going to need another drink. If we're going to sit down and do this, I'm going to need another drink.
What would it be?
Everything.
Like a bath something drink?
No, just line them up one after the other.
Okay, what's your poison of choice then?
Everything. One of each.
All right, I'll see what we have in the bar cart.
Okay. And while you head over to the bar cart and start making a plethora of drinks for Dawson, we will move over to Edith and Dot. They have just arrived at the library. What are you guys doing? What's your plan?
So we were trying to find any texts that would be related to potentially locating the symbol.
Okay.
So, I don't know, Edith, do you think there's a specific section we should be looking at first?
I'm not quite sure. Is there somebody that works at the library that we can talk to? Like a librarian?
There are several librarians wandering about the dusty halls of this library.
We'll go and look for one of the librarians and hopefully help us narrow down a section on which we can find what we're looking for.
Yeah, so you wander around for a little bit, try and gain someone's attention. Most of the staff here kind of just wander around, going about their business. Some ignore you when you kind of go and call for them, and then one librarian turns and she's like, "Oh, hello, can I help you?"
Dot, sorry, what were we looking for again? I haven't slept.
Oh, it's not a problem. We are trying to find some literature about symbols. There's one we're trying to track down. Do you have any type of recommendation on where to start for literature regarding symbolism, symbols? I don't know. Hieroglyphs? Is that something we're looking for right now?
Okay. So I will give you. I will say if you go down, let's see, hallway 2, aisle 7.
Aisle 7.
You want shelf 3.
3.
Row 12.
2, 7, 3, 12.
Yes.
Got it.
Do you got that, Dot? Because I don't.
2, 7, 3, 12.
Okay.
That is a section of books on symbolism and symbology.
Okay.
There are a couple of books on symbols within religion, symbols within architecture, the creation of symbols, meaning of some symbols, and a book on mathematical symbolism.
Okay.
Might be a
Just
good
a
place
quick
to start.
Just a quick question. How many books can we take out at one time?
3.
Each?
No. as I know you're a pair. 3.
If we do we have some sort of badge or something? Keeper, do we have like a badge or something that we could show that we're like that we could flash? Do we own
do.
anything like that?
You do have your ID cards that were given to you from British intelligence as civilian investigators.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like dig through my bag and like flash my card. And sorry again, how many books are we allowed to take out?
She kind of holds it in your hand and goes, yes. Okay. Help yourselves.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry, what was your name?
Agnes.
Agnes. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Agnes.
You're welcome.
Let's go, Dot. She seems very angry.
That's good.
And we'll head over to that section.
Okay. So you head there, you make your way, following the directions given, and you start rummaging through books. If you want to make me some library use checks.
Ooh,
That is a big fat fail for me.
that's a success for me.
Success. Okay. Edith, you start looking through a book on mathematical symbolism and get extremely confused as equations start popping out, and you're just like, I'm not here for this. Dot, you start looking through some books that deal with symbolism within ancient religion and symbolism within folklore culture. And start reading through these books and seeing if there's anything that pops out to you. While you do that, we'll switch over to Eliza and Edward, who have arrived at the museum, got themselves prepared after getting out of the taxi in glorious fashion, and you head on into the museum. What are you up to?
Edward, how do we sneak our way into the archives?
It's not that difficult to do.
Well, naturally, because you are an art historian and you are affiliated with this museum.
Yeah, Keeper, would I know where the new items are kept at this museum?
Depends on the item. What items are you trying to find?
Let's start off with, would I know of any, the shipments that came in from Egypt recently?
Yes. Any relics would be kept in the upstairs research rooms, not far from where you found your first dead body.
Perfect.
Artwork, any new artwork that comes in is kept on the other side of the building, where it's a bit more temperature controlled, a little bit better, less humidity over that side.
All right. Well, let's start with the relics. Those would be this direction.
I'll just put on a pair of gloves that I've had in my... Lead the way.
It's not been an hour,
you
by
go,
the way.
Why don't you go ahead and... you know, I'm a bit slow right now. I don't want to hold you up. It's just up those stairs there and then to the left.
Oh, well, Edward, you're the one who knows your way around here. And what if should anyone ask us what we are doing? I need to be with you so that people would know that we are on official business.
Suppose that's true. Edward,
Why are you grinding your teeth so much?
It's nothing, no reason. And Edward will hesitantly hold out his arm. Shall we?
I'll take his arm.
And Edward will kind of
Yes,
like try
lead
to
the
keep
way.
himself distanced. All right, let's go. I will head up towards the relic section.
So you make your way arm in arm up the staircase to the upper level where the research rooms are and the study rooms are for the staff. It takes you a little while, obviously with your sore leg and hip, but you guys make it up there and you start walking down the curved corridor to the research rooms, and you don't see anyone. There's no one about. You pass one room, look through, a couple of researchers just looking at what appear to be some ornate boxes, nothing Egyptian in style or design. You keep going, checking rooms. A couple doors down, you look through a room, appears to be no one in, but you do see some crates on top of a table that have Egypt like stamped on the side.
Oh,
Well, that's convenient.
do I notice anything peculiar?
Looking through your glasses, you notice the letters are quite big.
Oh, goodness. I can never get accustomed to the adjustment of these. But nothing out of the ordinary?
No. There's no glow, there's no hidden writing, you don't see anything. You just see a couple of wooden crates on a table.
Rats. All right, then. Well, Edward,
Yes.
I did happen to take a firearm with me, but I seem to have misplaced my crowbar. Do you see if there's anything that we can use to open up any of these crates?
Well, first off, is the door unlocked to the room?
Yes, it isn't locked.
Okay. All right. So as we step in, Edward will shut the door behind, and kind of looking towards Eliza, he'll unclick his cane and pull out his dagger.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
That's so clever of you.
you didn't see this. And he'll limp over to the first crate and try to pop the top off of it.
Yeah. So make me a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, oh boy. Nope.
Nope. So you jam your dagger into the side of this crate and you're like holding it, trying to wiggle and pop the lid off. Struggle, you slip, get to slice your hand a little bit and cut your hand. Sore, but it's not life-threatening or anything. You don't take any damage from that. But yeah, you're struggling a little bit.
All right, I will look around the room and see if there's anything bigger.
Yeah, make me a spot hidden.
Okay. No, hey, Eliza, are you seeing any crowbars lying around by chance?
Well, no, I don't think I see anything that we could be of use of here. Do I, upon closer inspection,
Make a spot hidden.
Lordkeeper, do I see? All right, I'm very good at this. Let me see if I do. I will not lie here. I rolled a 99. And I had my spot hidden as a 99. So I just made it.
It's a good job you have that as high as you do.
Barely. For those of you who don't, tuning into this, who don't play Cthulhu, you need to roll lower than your stat. The lower you get, the better, not the higher. So I just made it.
So, looking around the room, you look at the table with the two crates on, you look at the crowbar next to the crate, you pan round, and you're like, hold on a minute. And you just point at the crowbar right next to the crate in front of Edward.
You seen anything?
Well, that should help you right there. I will supervise.
Right. Let's try the crowbar this time.
make me a strength check.
Okay. Yes, that's a 4.
Yeah.
Success.
So you wedge it in and you pop the top off.
You gonna help me out with this lid here, or are you just gonna stand there with your glasses?
Oh, no, of course. Yes, I can help. I'm of great help.
Much appreciated.
I shall hold whatever things you need me to do at the moment.
If you
Am
don't
I
mind
just
standing
here
directly behind
holding
me, you can
a-
just move to that side of the table.
Just, I'll take one step to the left, despite exactly what he told me. Does this help?
Perfect. And I will start digging through this crate.
Yeah, so you look into the crate and it's full of like straw and hay.
I just start handing her bunches of hay.
What am I supposed to do with this? I can't. No, it's not. It's just going to end up on the floor. I'm sure they have rats here.
It's fairly sanitary in here.
So you continue digging through this crate and pulling up the hay and the straw, and you, after a little bit of rummaging, find 3 stone objects.
How big are they?
One is probably the size of like an A4 piece of paper. One, and it's like a flat tablet shape. One is a small figurine of some sort. And the other one appears to be a small stone cube, probably a little bit bigger than a Rubik's Cube in size.
Upon seeing this, I'm just going to, all the hay that's been in my hands, I just toss over my shoulder.
Okay.
All right.
What is it you found there?
Lots of rocks, oddly shaped. I'll go and I will pull out the cube first.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just hand that over to Eliza.
Oh.
It's a square.
The cube? Oh, wow. Well, this is not a mere work of nature, Edward. How unusual that this has been carved out of, what kind of stone is this?
Do we know what kind of stone it is?
As I inspect
Looking at it, it
through
appears
my-
to be some sort of sandstone, but very, very smooth, considering it is sandstone.
And I don't see anything peculiar about it through my...
Looking at the cube and kind of rotating it in your hand, it is a solid, appears to be a solid stone cube with lots of symbols carved on the side of it. When you first look,
Yes.
you just see that. A mishmash of lines.
Oh.
But then when you put the opera glasses on, the red tinted opera glasses, it lessens some of it and then it starts to look like that.
Oh, there seems to be quite a distinct geometric figure on
And
this.
then you close your left
Edward.
eye and just look through the right lens, and then it looks like that.
Oh, goodness.
And then you close your right eye instead and look through it. And finally,
Right.
you just see one distinct pattern on it,
Oh.
which looks like that.
Yes, I seem to have... It would have been more beneficial to have my monocle with me, I suppose, but there seem to be 2 distinct geometric figures on this stone.
And it's repeated
Would
on
you
every
like to-
side.
Would you like to take a look?
Edward will take the glasses. And he will very vigorously wipe them off on his vest first. And
Well,
kind
I
of hold
don't think
him
that's necessary, but
a little bit away from his eyes, not directly up against his face.
I didn't have that whatever thing that Alan had detected in the other's arms.
I believe you. And do I see the same things?
Yeah, going through the same process of looking and then using the glasses, then swapping eyes. Yeah, you get to the point where you determine that symbol.
And is this is carved into the stone itself?
Every side of it, yeah.
Okay. Is there any paper around in here?
Yes.
And is there like a piece of like graphite or something? Basically, Edward wants to try to...
Oh, I do have my lipstick.
Oh. Good for you.
Do you want to make a stone rubbing?
I mean, I'd like to try. We probably shouldn't take this thing. Well, could I potentially carry this thing in my bag?
Yeah, it'll fit in your bag. It's only the size of just above a Rubik's Cube.
Let's just see what happens, and I pop it in my bag.
Okay, but just in case, can we use my lipstick and try to make a just in case somebody finds us out? Because what if we get figured out and then they take it from us and then we don't have the
Okay, fair point. All right, I'll hold up the stone and let you do the.
Okay,
the rubbing.
I take out my lipstick and I'm sure we have we both carry journals with us as we are both investigators on this case. Held it up to the stone and try to see if we can we can get a good marking.
Make me, you ready for this, everyone? An arts and crafts roll.
Oh, goodness. Right then. I have succeeded, sir.
Okay.
This was one of the things I had.
So, you use your lipstick to, in essence, make a brass rubbing of this stone.
I do want to steal it, though. Let's not mince words here.
Oh, we're
I
taking
would
everything.
like to. Yes.
So you make the rubbing. You manage to get a rubbing of the symbol on it, and you manage to get that symbol off it, even though from looking at it, it has all of that. They're all quite lightly carved. When you do the rubbing and you get the deeper carving, you get that.
Yes. All right.
So you manage to get the symbol in your note.
Well then,
Done.
I just tuck that away and say, Edward, why don't you hold on to that stone? And let's try and make our way out of here. Unless there's something else you would like to inspect.
I suppose this is good enough for now. Edward will pick up all the hay off the ground and shove it back into the crate.
You're ignoring the two other items in the crate.
Oh, no, we should... No.
What do you
Take
want?
all of it.
We're taking all...
Take all of it. Yes.
Okay,
Don't you have enough pockets?
I do, but okay. Edward will take the other objects out and shove them into his bag. Sometimes they weigh these things when they come in. And so Edward will take out some of his books and put those in the bottom of the crate.
Okay.
He's going to check each cover and make sure his name is nowhere written in these books.
No problem. You do that.
And he's going to shove all the hay back on top. Replace the lid.
Yeah.
All right, let's
And
go.
I just sort of kick some of the hay away with my shoe. Right then, good as you.
Yeah, Edward will also take out like a handkerchief and kind of wipe down the crowbar. Just leave no evidence.
No problem. Are you now exiting the museum?
Yes.
Yeah,
With dignity and without any sort of apprehension whatsoever. I don't know about you, Edward.
I feel so great right now. Let's go. After you.
So you make your way out of the research room, back down the curved corridor, to the staircase, down to the stairs. Edward, as you reach the bottom of the staircase in the museum, your paranoia fades.
All right.
And you continue on out of the museum. There is no taxi waiting, he's gone. So you can either walk back or hail another cab.
I will hail another cab because of the shoes that I decided to wear today. Also, Edward was not walking with quite as much ease as he usually does. He's still a bit injured, so I will hail another cab. And I will note, Edward, you don't seem as flushed and you're not perspiring as much. Did the cocaine and the alcohol help?
Look, I only did one of those things earlier.
Oh, usually it
That
only
wasn't
takes
the
one,
problem.
but two's fine.
No, I'm sorry. I think just that mask messed with me a bit. I mean, we've all experienced these objects and had something happen at some point.
I do always say, you and Alan, with putting things on your faces and in your mouths all the times where they don't
Okay,
belong.
you're the one who asked me to do so.
Oh, I believe. I don't remember that at all. I
Of
do
course
recall that
you
you
don't.
volunteered to shove your face into an artifact.
Look, I volunteered to put my appendages and things in the past and to put things in my mouth, but this was not a volunteer.
Well, why don't we agree that from now on we keep our appendages to ourselves and we don't shove our faces on or put things in our mouths where they don't belong? Is that fine? Does that sound reasonable?
I'm just
I
saying,
believe that sounds reasonable.
I found some cool things in some weird holes.
Phrasing. And I believe we shall. I think I need to address that with you later, but I do need some time to process everything that you are saying right now. I really don't. Oh, it's getting,
There you
yes.
go,
Taxi.
Once again.
So you hail a cab. One is driving by. You jump in, and now you head back to Carnaby Street. Dot and Edith. You have your books. You have some... Edith, you didn't really have much good information to find in your mathematical geometry symbolism book. Dot, you had the books that outlined symbolism within folklore, symbolism within ancient religion. You can start looking through those at the library if you wish, or you can head back to Carnaby Street with them and spend a bit more time there and have a nosy at leisure, as it were.
We'll pack them up and take them with us.
I agree.
Okay. So you pack up the books. You take about 5 or 6 books relating to similar things from different authors and different periods. Throw them in your bag and start to make your way out of the library. You see the female librarian you spoke with earlier just stood next to like a stack of books on a table as you walk past, and she kind of looks over, sees your stack of books, which is more than 3, gives a disapproving look, and just continues about her business.
I'll go and do I have a card?
A library card?
No, like a business card.
Oh, yeah, you have some like Carnaby Street style business cards, yeah.
I'll go over to Agnes and give her one of my cards and just thank you, Agnes, for letting us take these books. We'll try to return them as soon as possible.
Yes, and she pops it in her pocket. Just don't damage them.
Oh, no. Those books we won't damage.
Mm-hmm. Have a good day.
You too.
Yes.
And she'll just like give her a big grin and just kind of turn around. Wait, how old is Agnes? Is she old?
She looks like early 50s.
Agnes, what do you do for fun?
I don't do fun.
Okay. And she'll turn around and like walk with Dot out the door. I wonder why she's cranky. She doesn't do fun.
I don't know. I don't want to say anything, but she who threw herself under that bus. So,
Did you find anything interesting? I found this book, but it gave me more of a headache than anything.
Oh, yeah, like mathematics. Yeah, don't sign me up for that one. Have fun with that yourself.
Oh no, I did not. I left that one behind.
Oh, you did. Okay. Yeah, I found a couple, several surrounding like ancient religion, symbolism in ancient religion, and in folklore. I'm hoping they'll probably give us some direction. Do you remember with the library investigate, like the different bookstores that we had to go around to? Those always seem to help us a lot more with it. Okay. So maybe I'll do the same now.
Yeah, well, let's take it back to Carnaby and meet up with everybody.
Sounds good. And we'll head back.
Okay, so you guys make your walk back. Ruby, you and Dawson. In fact, make me a con check.
What? Oh, con. Got
Yes.
it. Yeah. Holy succeed.
Succeed. Okay. You're tipsy. You've had a few drinks. Dawson is blind drunk. And he's now slumped over a desk, sleeping. But he has divulged some information about his past to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that Dawson served in the First World War. He fought in France, even though he was told he couldn't join the army due to his stature. He basically almost forced his way in by showing his determination and aggression within warfare. He served in France. He fought in the Somme. He nearly died in a trench. A trench he was in was attacked, it was bombed, and he was buried inside the trench under all the mud and debris and bodies. So he has he has claustrophobia to a certain degree due to that, and he doesn't like water because it reminds him of being on the boats heading over to France, fighting the water. He gets flashbacks. He has a bit of PTSD from that, so he's happy and comfortable in London, in his hometown, where he knows everything, he knows everywhere, he almost knows everyone. It's his safe space. So that's his main reason why he doesn't want to go travelling, because the last time he went travelling was to war, and he didn't have a good outcome. So that's why he's happy in London. And as you sit there and recount this story, whilst he's slumped over the table, snoring heavily, with a nice little grin on his face, Eliza and Edward stroll through the door, shortly followed by Dot and Edith. Dawson doesn't wake up, he's completely passed out, drunk.
Why is Dawson passed out on my desk?
Oh, he lost a bet and I wound up the winner.
Ruby, what did you do?
I asked him a series of questions and he kept drinking.
Right then, I will ask no further questions. He's not on my desk, but if anybody should need, I will help you push him off of the top of it.
He had a rough go at things and I think needed more to drink than I anticipated originally.
Well, his pants are still on. He's not drooling.
He starts
No,
to drool.
So I'm just not going to ask any further questions.
Excellent. Well, perhaps I can ask you a few questions. What did you find?
Oh, let me tell you. Edward, if you shall assist me, and I will pull out the markings. We found in the archives of the museum, because we didn't even bother to look at the exhibition, because why would that be out in display for normal people? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, so we found this symbol, which I think is absolutely pertains to whatever it is that we are looking for. And I will hold up. And Edward also has, he also pocketed the actual artifacts.
Edward, did you do anything to them?
No.
He didn't put them in the mouth this time.
That's what.
No, just
Are you sure?
yeah.
Positive,
Look,
I was there.
I just held this one up and Eliza rubbed it. That's all.
That's all.
Crazy.
Never hurt anyone.
Wait, how did you?
I will say it went in nobody's mouth.
I was just checking that you didn't rub it with your tongue.
Oh no, it's my lipstick. Close though.
Anyway, that is only seen through the glasses, closing your right eye, I believe, or your left, one of your eyes. You shut them, and you can see that symbol on all sides of this.
Yes,
I'll set that
using
down on the desk.
this and only one eye. Read
Dot
into
and I,
that however you like.
Dot and I had picked up some books on symbolism, so maybe we can find something in there as well with the symbol that you guys got, and maybe something on the mask as well. Is the symbol similar to the one that's on the mask, Keeper?
Not quite, no. So, that's the symbol on the artifact, and that's the symbol
Oh, okay.
on the mask.
On the mask. Okay.
We did also find these other two objects. We haven't really studied these. We kind of just wanted to get the hell out of there, but I'll pull out the figurine and the tablet.
Yeah, so you pull out the two other items, pull out the tablet, and it appears to be a sandstone flat tablet with Egyptian hieroglyphs or runes carved all over its surface. Some of them are a little faded, some of them are clearer. You do have a book on Egyptian hieroglyphs, the one that you pinched many moons ago. So you think you will be able to possibly decipher some of these glyphs if they are all in the books, and work out what it says. But again, it is a simple sandstone tablet. It doesn't look extra special or anything. It's just a plain rectangular tablet with writing on. You pull a small figurine out, Edward, and you pop it on the table, and you all look at it. And it appears to be a small humanoid creature sat in a crouch with its hands on its knees, its feet hanging over the edge of a square plinth. It appears to have wings, and its face isn't humanoid. It appears to be of an aquatic nature. It appears to have tentacles coming down from its chin.
Ooh.
And you all kind of stare at this object, and you see writing on the base along the sides of the plinth in a format you don't recognize the text, the lettering. It's very foreign, very alien in nature, and you all kind of just stare at it for a minute, struggling to take your gaze off it, and you just kind of zone out while looking at it. And for those watching at home, it's this.
Oh, goodness. If it weren't for the monstrosity of it, I would say it kind of looks like Alan slumped over when he's in a mood.
Maybe if he grows out his beard, yeah, you can kind of see it.
Yes, I see it too, Eliza. I see the resemblance. Almost
was
uncanny.
thinking- I was going to say it looks like a gargoyle.
And I need you
but
all to make sanity checks.
Ah,
Oh,
no.
Lovely.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna roll that dice because that dice.
And before you do,
Terrible.
we will call it there
Oh,
for today.
Oh my goodness.
A 6 to 6.
Before you roll, we will call it there. We'll end it. So we can start afresh with some sanity rolls.
Oh no.
oh gosh.
Oh no.
But yes,
This will be fun.
thank you everyone for watching. Our first episode of season 2 of Carnaby Street Case Files. I hope you all had a fun time. Well done to Pepperina Sparkle Gem for winning our giveaway at the break. Thank you very much to Mithril Armory for supplying the giveaway items. Again, a quick shout out to our sponsors. Session Zero Clothing, amazing D&D style modern streetwear clothing line. TIO 10 for 10% off at the shop. Norse Foundry, artisan dice, amazing stuff, really, really pretty dice. And that is TIO 15 for 15% off. Roaming Player Gear, our own GotDM, started doing some really nice work, and they have a dice tower, dice tray, dice vault set. Carnaby 20 gets 20% off in store. So thank you very much to all our sponsors. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to my players for making it through tonight's episode. For some schedule information with the initiative order, we have some new shows coming up in the next few weeks. Next Saturday on the 6th we have Cthulhu Dark Ages, in which I'm going to be taking a new group of adventurers through a medieval Call of Cthulhu setting, which is going to be very interesting indeed. Maybe you'll see your ancestors, who knows. And then the Saturday after, the 13th, we have our very own Nathan DMing his first game on the channel, which we are doing Cyberpunk. Yeah, we are very excited for. It's going to be fun. And then we have Adventures Wanted the Friday after on the 19th, which we have a new DM and new players for, so make sure you check that out. Very fun, our monthly D&D one-shot. And then following that we will have Carnaby Street. We've not quite settled on the date yet, but it'll probably be the week after, more than likely. Yes, so before we call it out and end it, we do have 2 trailers to play at the end of this for Dark Ages and Cyberpunk, because we're up in the game this year, 2021 new year. Let's get rid of that 2020 stink. And we have a couple little video teasers for you. So I will end with a thank you for watching. We'll show off the Carnaby Street intro again, and then I'll throw the trailers up, and we will see you next time. So thank you all very much.